Good evening, friends. We'll get started here in a minute. Hey, friends. How you doing? This is Storyboard Artist Angeli here, coming to you live with another Storyboard Jam session. We're gonna have a little bit of fun tonight, and we're gonna work on a sort of a fan favorite, show that's going on right now that I've caught on Amazon Prime, and it's called Fallout, and it was inspired, but with this particular show. And I'm not quite done with it yet. And I think I got one more episode to finish up the first season. But this has been a fresh show that I was excited about, and looking forward to seeing the final episode here. I think I watched number 7 just a little bit ago, and I'm looking forward to this last final episode. Super looking forward to it. I hope you guys are going to enjoy tonight's live stream as we get drawing here. I'm going to work traditional here, and I always like mixing it up and doing something a little bit different. And today we're going to be just using my pens, show you what pens I'm doing. We were quite successful earlier this week with our sketch sessions, and I thought I'd show you how I work in thumbnail in terms of how I get going. Let me say hi to everybody who's joining in on the chat real quick. Wolf Midnight, how you doing? Wolf Midnight says hi, Paul. Say hello back. I'm really looking forward to this one. Cool, me too. I'm having fun with this, and we're going to talk about the show a little bit. I'm just going to get into it. Again, this is Storyboard Artist Angeli here, bringing you tonight our Storyboard Jam session. I'm super excited about this one as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have some good fun tonight with this particular live stream. So looking forward to it. Let me know if everything's working fine for you over there on the live stream here. And let's get started. So this show is exciting. I thought it was pretty cool in terms of what I was seeing this. I caught the show. My youngest son was like, "Hey, Dad, let's check out this show." And he got the whole family in on it, and we've been having some fun with this, and just having fun, watching the show here. The show just came out. It's called Fallout. It's on Amazon Prime. I think it just came out on April 11th. It is a post-apocalyptic satire based on a video game in the same name. The video game was quite successful. I know they've had, I don't know how many iterations of the Fallout game. This is a role-playing game that's, I think it started in 1997 and continues to be successful all the way to today. Looks like they're coming out with a Fallout number 5 as well. So pretty cool stuff in terms of what we're doing. Let me know if the stream is working for you right now. I'm looking for some of the playback. I don't see it working so hot, but we'll just let me know if there's any issues, friends. So again, this game, I think it's currently right now, Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy's Kilter Films, along with Bethesda Game Studios, is working on this movie with producer Todd Howard. It's got a lot of great actors in this particular series too, which is pretty cool. You got Ella Purnell. I recognized her from the her films that she has done. I remember Miss Peregrine's the movie Miss Peregrine that came out. That Tim Burton directed. Saw her name come out. Aaron Moten, he's also in it. Kyle MacLachlan from Twin Peaks. Moses Arias, I remember him from Nacho Libre. And then I think what everybody's been enjoying is Walton Goggins, his ghoul character in the this show. It's pretty cool, and just looking forward to that. I remember Walton also from The Hateful Eight, big fan of The Hateful Eight, and then also I believe he did what else did he do? he did Ant-Man and the Wasp. But there's just quite a few flicks he has starred in. I remember him even from Predators. From that show as well. So pretty cool stuff all along. In terms of what I see him or what the films I've seen him do. So very cool stuff. So with the characters as well, you had Ella Purnell. She plays Lucy McLean. She's a vault dweller in Vault 33. Aaron Moten plays Maximus. He was a squire, but then is taken over one of the robots or one of the knights from the Brotherhood of Steel. Cog McLaughlin plays her Ella Purnell's father. Moises Arias plays Lucy's sister, and then he had Walter Goggins as the Ghoul. He's everybody's been liking that character. He's a gunslinger and bounty hunter, and I love anything that's Western. I think he's a great cowboy in a lot of the films that he has done as well. So very cool stuff. What else has he done? Let me just see real quick. Give me a second here as I'm scanning through. I know he's been in so many different things. Gosh, pretty cool stuff. But anyways, he's done a lot. Yeah, I think the ones that stood out for me was Predators. I know he did Cowboy vs. Aliens, Tomb Raider, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Maze Runner. He's done quite a few movies there, but pretty cool stuff. Let me know in the chat if everything's coming through okay. So I picked out this this film to have some fun with it, and I was inspired by the work on it. It takes a whole team, and I saw that one of my buddies was working on this particular film. Dan Kaplan, a fantastic storyboard artist. So I know he was working on the film, and exciting boards. I've seen a few of his boards for the show, and it's exciting too. So inspired by what we have cooking for tonight, and let's get going into the drawing. So when I'm watching the show, there was a couple pinnacle cool moments that I really enjoyed. There was a scene. Okay, cool. Thanks, Wolf Midnight. Thanks for letting me know everything's running cool. I like the first episode. I don't want to spoil anything if you guys haven't seen the show. So, but there was the first scene that caught me was Walton Goggins' character playing Cooper. He's a cowboy or like a John Wayne, Clint Eastwood type character, Gunsmoke type actor, and ended up being the spokesman for this vault system for the end of the world. And there was a sequence there that he's with his daughter, and he was doing he's at a wealthy patron's home, and he's doing the cowboy act at the birthday party, and his daughter's helping him out, and it's right before some nuclear blasts go on within the sequence. I just thought it was a really great sequence. There's been some other things that were pretty epic too that I liked. There was a gun battle showdown of Walton Goggins' Ghoul character, in terms of like a Old West shootout, which was pretty slick too. But you see all the detail of all the different creatives working on this film, and just different people working on it, from the storyboard artist to the director to the cinematographer to the set decorators to the special effect makeup folks to the special effects people in the post-production. Just a bunch of different artists working on this show, and it's exciting to see, and a lot of things to be looking at too. So I'm going to be go ahead and drawing some of these sequences. I'm going to be thumbnailing here just with my pens, so we can sort of do this in real time. And when you're getting a script, or when I get a script and I'm working on from a script, I'll go ahead and I'll just start thumbnailing in the side of the script. So if I have the script here, I'll be just over there, you know, just pretty much getting those initial thumbnails drawn as I'm drawing those thumbnails. And I don't put a lot of detail into it. I keep it sort of simple in terms of what I'm doing. So if my script is over here, let's move this artwork out of the way. And if I have my script over here, my shooting script, like right here, and this is our you'll have your tag, you know, you'll see a script on it, and I'll be working. And if you want to check out how I do this, check out my from script to thumbnail. And what I'll usually do is when I'm reading through the script, I'll be highlighting certain points of the script, and then I will go and start thumbnailing. So over here, I'll start thumbnailing on the board, on the edges of the script, and I'll start putting my thumbnails together. Okay, whichever it might be. So if I see a shot that I like, I'll go ahead and do it like that, and have some fun with this, and look at what I'm doing, and sort of like what can I learn from this, you know? And when I'm thinking too for these shots, I will keep it really simple, you know. I'm not gonna, you know, make anything fancy, you know, when I'm drawing. I want to keep it simple. If I see that shot, and how am I going to get that shot done? And then when I work digital, then I can go from there. So I'll keep those boards, you know, pretty simple in terms of what I'm doing, how to do it. If I see that shot that I like, you know, if I need to, I'll bring in, you know, like I usually show you guys, is I'll come in with some of my dark colors too, just to, and I'll do something like this where I'll just be boarding it out real quick. If I need to get some grayscale in there to show some of the backgrounds, I might do that too, to create those shots. And that's sort of the simplistic way I'll work. You know, if I was going to do a close-up or something of I'll just keep it simple. I just want to get those drawings, you know. Just keep it simple. Get tell that story in terms of what I'm doing there, and just draw and have some fun with this. And I would assume, as if you're a board artist on this show, you're doing the same type of thing, you know. You have some fun with it. I just heard that they're gonna do it. They just locked down season 2, so if they need some boards, I'd love to work on that show. That'd be fun. Having fun watching it. Be fun to be a part of it. In terms of what we're doing here. So when we're working on simple thumbnails, I'll think like this. I know it's a little bit extra here, doing some, you know, some tones and things like that, but you sort of get the idea. What we're doing here. So keep your when you're thumbnailing, I try to keep those boards really simple and keep it sort of down and easy. And you can sort of see I don't do a lot of detail. But we just want to keep it simple. Who's the character? What's going on? I'll use a lot of those silhouettes as I'm working too. It just keeps it simple. In terms of what I'm doing. You sort of get the idea. You know, if I'm trying to show that this character was the ghoul or whatever, maybe I'll just shade him, something like that. So like I said, when I'm thumbnailing, I want to keep it really, really simple in terms of those drawings that I'm doing. You know, if I'm going to draw a little bit more here. And so, like I said, with my shooting script, I'll go through and I'll work like this. I know other board artists like Robert Valley. I don't think I have a quarter here. I think he draws the size of a quarter. So all of his boards, in a sense, or something like that, the size of a quarter. And I always thought this is a great strategy too. So, and I think one of the reasons why he draws so small when he's boarding. If you're not familiar with Robert Valley, he's nominated to Oscar for Pear Cider and Cigarettes. You've seen his work on Aeon Flux, you know, as an animator. You've seen him work with Tron, the animated show. You've seen him do a bunch of different stuff. But one of the things I liked about it is he doesn't have a lot of detail in his drawings. And as you're looking, you can use this sort of tactic too. It just keeps it really simple. So you're just looking at those shapes in terms of what you're doing. So if this is all the space I have, I'm not going to add a lot of detail in there. So if I'm going to draw that same shot again, I want to show that he's a cowboy or the other character. You're going to keep it simple. You're not going to have a lot of detail. That was when it's the size of a quarter when you're working on your page itself. So some cool little tips and tricks. You can do something like that. I think I've shown the other. Let's see if we got a business card or something over here. So if you're trying to quickly, work, as I got a business card here, you can do this sort of shape too and just grab a business card. That gets you pretty much a panel size too. So a couple different, little tactics you could utilize. To have some fun here. So if you're drawing that. So if I'm drawing the gunslinger here. If this is like the ghoul from the show or something. You can sort of get the idea. Of how I'm working and keeping this stuff simple. So as we've shown you some different techniques, and I hope you're enjoying this as we start steaming through this project. So right now we're just talking about, we got our boards going. If I'm working with a shooting script, I'm going to go and then I'm going to go ahead and thumbnail, keeping it simple. Like we were saying, this is the Walton Goggins character here. You can sort of see some different tactics, for what we're doing. Like I said, just a simple line drawing. I'm not trying to do anything complicated here. I'm just trying to visualize, what I'm seeing from the shooting script, and I'm trying to stick with it. I'm trying to work with it, these sketches. I'll do something like this, and I'll have hundreds of these sketches. Sometimes, I'll work in, if I'm working with the director, or if I'm working from the script, and I think about it this way. I pretty much just do like beat boards, just there's key moments, that I want to see in the sequence and have fun with that. And that's sort of what I'm working with right now, is when I'm reading a shooting script, and if I was reading the script for Fallout, for that particular episode, I would just be like sitting there. I would probably break down some of the key elements in the script, and then I would just go ahead and just thumbnail out. Super simple, super quick, nothing on point, nothing that looks like a total comic book or illustration, just enough to let me know where's the character, what's he doing, how's it going on, what's the emotion, what is the main point of the story point. And so I sort of work with beats, and then what I'll do is, after I sort of have that initial conversation with the director, if I'm going to sit there and work with my client, then I'll go and I'll break down, sort of like an animator, the in-betweens of how did I get to each of these story beats within the sequence, and have some fun with it, and then do a rough thumbnail, get that approved, go into my roughs, and through each of those stages until I get my final storyboards to be delivered either as storyboard shots or in as an animatic from there. So let's have some fun with this and sort of take what we're learning here. Gave you a couple other ideas like using a quarter. We were talking about Robert Valley. So if I'm using something like a quarter, that size, and that's how Robert worked. So if you ever see any of his work, his stuff is like no bigger than a quarter for his panels. The other thing we just showed too is if we have a business card or something like that. Business cards work really great if you just cycle around that business card, and it gives you a great storyboard shot panel for what you're doing on there too. So use those couple tricks there in terms of what we're doing. Like I said, I've been enjoying this show. It's a lot of fun. I know you got Purnell's character. That would be Ella Purnell's character, or Aaron Moten's his knight Titus that he sort of plays, but he's really a squire that took over the knight Titus armor and stuff. So some cool stuff in this show, and having some fun with it. And let's see what else we're going to draw real quick and just keep rolling over here. And having some fun here. Okay. And I really like the idea of the, let's go back to that scene for the father and daughter, at the beginning of the show. I thought it was really cool. And I like Westerns. There's so many different aspects. You sort of have this, it's like a combination with this show of Westerns, of sort of the aftermath of a nuclear war. You have Westerns, you have this sort of punk rock, sort of look to it. It's got a whole 1950s, era to it too. You have sort of the medieval with knights and armors and squires and all sorts of cool stuff. So just fun to see and sort of enjoy the show. I'm going to sort of play around with the sequence and some of the shots. I thought the shots were really good in terms of the filmmaking for the show. So let's go ahead and just sort of storyboard out. So when I'm working, I sort of, if I'm thumbnailing, I'll just keep it simple. I'm not really worried about aspect ratios. I'm just worried about telling stories and sort of what I see. So sometimes I'll just be like, either do a 6-up or a 9-up thumbnail, and I just sort of let it rip in terms of the way I'm drawn. So gotta watch out for that hand. I usually rub my hand, but this is just for thumbnailing, so we're just sort of quickly just throwing this together real quick. So you sort of got I'm gonna leave it like that. So you got a 9-up storyboard system here. I got Buddha Belly joining in. Hey Polly, I made it. Yay! So glad to watch this. Cool. So we're having fun real quick here. We're working traditional here. I sort of just, when I'm thumbnailing and I'm just thinking through, or I'm looking at a sequence that I like, a lot of films I watch, and this is, I've talked about him a bunch of times. There's an artist out there, Sachin. I know Sachin just worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark, and literally drawing every shot of the film. And that was a pretty good thing to see. And if you ever see Sachin's work over on Instagram, check it out. And I just thought just simple line drawings and stuff. But when I'm studying, sometimes I'll sit down with my sketchbook, and if I'm watching a show, whenever I watch a show or a movie I really want to see, I'll just go and watch it and enjoy it, have some fun with it, and then from there I'll watch it again. But then I'll sort of, if it's a movie I really want to learn from, or a director, or a cinematographer that I really want to, looking at Roger Deakins, I'm looking at somebody's work like that. I'll sit there and I'll just sit there with my sketchbook in front of the TV, and I'll just pause it, and just like if there's a sequence I like or something I'm looking at, I'll just sit there and I'll just storyboard off of it, and riff off of that, and just sort of like either come up with my own ideas, or like, hey, if I did this shot different, this is what I would do, or hey, that's a great shot, keep going with it, and learn what you can from it, sort of like that reverse learning and studying. So this is sort of I like this shot, and it sort of has our Cooper character, Walter, Walton Goggins' character, and he's sort of just sitting there looking up. He's dressed as a cowboy, so we want to make sure we have the cowboy hat going on. He was looking at his daughter. He was sort of he was packing up, so he's sort of looking over a little bit. He was at a dinner party or a birthday party, so he had all the stuff on the table, and his daughter was in the foreground here. Talking to her dad. And she was helping him out, and she had the same outfit. So when you're thinking, you're keeping it really simple like that. And if he's the main character that I'm looking at, the daughter was here in the foreground, sort of blurred out because she's in the foreground here. We could look at something like that. And it's just simple lines like that when we're working. Nothing fancy. We're just showing some of the emotion too of the shots in terms of what we're doing. And so if this is shot one, and I thought the back and forth of the shots were good. So he was talking, so you sort of was looking at his daughter. She had her head tucked down. Sometimes you can just use your shadows here because it's him looking up at her. He's sort of blurry. Try a different pen here. That was dead. think you guys can see all this as I'm drawing. I like how they cut in the camera, so they come in a little bit tighter, like number 1, because we want to show that it's the daughter here. She has like a frill cowboy outfit on. It's just great to see the show, but you can sort of see how simple your That's the daughter's right there. He's talking to her. And I thought this is a cool shot because earlier we showed the establishing shot in this particular sequence, but you see them talking, and you have the people at a dinner party or the birthday party in this sequence. People having a good time, and all you see is their heads, their bodies, in terms of them at the party, but then you see the little girl. She's talking to her daddy. Here, and he's still on his knees, being very fatherly to her. Being very comforting. What's sort of cool is that this type of scene like that, you sort of have the as he's talking to her. But what you can do is use your gray tones just to show all the people at the party. I just thought it was a cool little just way to shoot it and have some fun with it. It's always so easy to work digital, and you know, it's a little different when you're working traditional here, just to board it out. I think the cowboy here, he was given a daughter a little lesson on the how to check a nuclear blast. He was giving it the whole thumbs up, and she again was, it's this same shot as this shot right there. And the little girl holds her hand up to her daddy that they're thumbs up, and how to check the nuclear blast or whatever. So and it's cool because you can see when you're looking at stuff where they reuse these shots again. So even though these two shots are there, you also have these two shots that are the same too. You can sort of see how the shots are coming together because it has his. As she's talking to him. And you can sort of see how simple you can do your drawings, you know. Here's the dad close up. Hope you guys are all having fun while you're watching. But it goes through, you know, your dialogue, and you're going back and forth quite a bit. It was great, a great sequence. He's trying to get her to be happy. You can just sort of see how simple he's talking to her. What's cool is they had a little sequence where she goes back and she asks if she can have a piece of cake in this sequence. And so just some cool shots, you know, and you're sitting there looking at a piece of birthday cake. Napkins and I guess it was a cowboy birthday cake. And just you have a cut into this character. You can sort of see how simple you could be drawing these panels. There's another cool shot I enjoyed too. So if you're looking inside the home, you had the little girl. The dad went inside to get her a piece of the cake. And she's looking over the city. You have these characters inside the house. Talking. I think there's another person here. And I just like this shot, just really creative, you know. The little girl is literally looking off in the distance. All these people are running out of ink here. People in the foreground. And she's over here just looking. Out that window, and we have the skyline here. So as we're thumbnailing. Just thought that was a fun little shot there. And then she's looking. Let's do this little difference. We can do show a little bit more of the drawing here. Do this up as 4-ups. So like I said, keep it really simple when you're trying to do these drawings and these thumbnails. You don't need a lot of fancy stuff here. I just sort of have her, you know, if I'm looking at this particular shot here, and she's looking at the blast herself. as we see these shots broken out here. So this is an interesting shot. So she's looking up, and her daddy told her to look at her. Like I said, when you're drawing, you keep it really simple, you know. So she's looking at that. Thumbs up, you know. Just like that. And the father came around the corner there to It's really interesting how you can work those things out. So cool sequence, and you can sort of just see that when you're thumbnailing, we go back to the beginning over here of what we were talking about earlier. You know, when you're thumbnailing and just having fun with those thumbnails, you know, sit there and you know, just have some fun with it. You don't want to do a lot of detail with these drawings. You want to just sort of get to the point and draw the silhouette, whatever might help you easiest to get those actions done. So some cool stuff here. Like I said, the shooting script, you know, you can do your thumbnails. We played around with the boards over here of what we're doing, and show you how simple these drawings are going to be. And this isn't necessarily, I might be working with a director and sort of thumbnailing out while I'm working, or you know, this might be some of my thinking work that you don't usually get to see, and then I'll go and either scan this in, take a photo of it, bring it into my storyboarding program, either Storyboard Pro, or bring it into Photoshop, and then start cranking out my drawings from there. So some fun stuff here. Got some other, you know, shots with the robot armor, with the Brotherhood armor, or another sequence like this. Just some cool shots from the show. Helps to inspire, you know, when you're watching other material and seeing how that is created. It's always there for inspiration and have some fun. Let's look at another quick sequence here as we're drawing. I hope everybody's having a good time. If you're enjoying the show, you're enjoying the live stream, and you're learning something from this process of thumbnailing, just looking at your fan favorite films and things like that, please go ahead and subscribe. Appreciate the subscription to the channel. Helps to support me and helps to support the channel. Lets me know you guys want to continue seeing the good work of what we have going on here on this channel. Also, don't forget to like, drop a comment, even if it's a quick emoji onto this particular live stream. Helps push it through the algorithm. Have some fun with it. So cool. Okay, so let's have some fun. Let's draw some of the other characters here in this storyline here, and see what else we can do. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Okay. Thought they had some cool shots here. Let's sort of move this over a little bit. Continue drawing here. Do another 4 up. No, keep your drawings just really loose and easy to draw. Let's see if we can see this okay. Okay, so let's just say I like this one shot. Character is here. and there's a robot behind him. The battle armor. You can just sort of see how simple, you know, the character needs to be. Not adding a ton of detail. This was Maximus's character. The robot was right behind him. You can sort of see those shots. Just having some fun with these. This robot character. When I saw these robots, I was like, what is this? Never played the game of Fallout. Just looks super interesting watching the show. Look at a dwarf like the human characters. You can see how simple we're just drawing to get this going. Hope you're having fun drawing along, friends. So there's a lot we can learn when we're doing these shots, and when I do shots like this, there's a lot you can learn from doing these type of sketches and this type of work. Is to catalog these, and when you go to do your shots, you think about how did that sequence make you feel a certain way, and when you're drawing, you can sit there and have some fun with this and recreate this for your own sequences. So that's why it's always great to study films and shows and things that you like. I think it's just a great little exercise, this being inspired, looking at different shots, trying to look and see where the camera is positioned. How do you make those shots work for yourself, and how do you get your your audience to fall in love with some of these shots that you're doing. So cool. I hope you guys are having fun. Well, let's draw some more and get some more drawings in here. I think there's a lot to keep simple too. So this is sort of a 2-up here. Sometimes, you know, I'll work big, but I'll just keep it really, really simple. So Get some of the storyboards that we're doing here. Sort of get the idea of what I'm doing there. Having fun with these. See, I haven't seen the final episode. I've been enjoying the show so far. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, they're just looks like they're just signing on to a green lit a second season. In terms of the show here. Okay, I'm gonna have some more fun over here. Since we're sketching and inspired. Hope everybody's having a good time as we're drawing together. I like this one shot. I just let me go ahead and draw it. Sometimes I draw with the bounding picture frame, and other times I don't. All depends on what I got cooking. I just thought this is a great shot. The one character fell in battle with a creature Just sort of see how. Character fell in battle. That was a cool shot. Mm-hmm. Like it's some sort of bird. You sort of see it all come together. Give my eyes a break here. Let's see. Wolfman says, I'm planning to watch it tomorrow. And yes, it's official that season 2 is on its way. That's super cool. I love it. Love hearing that. Awesome. Yeah, I still got to finish that final episode. It works out pretty good. Marianne GR. I'm finding really useful drawing in small area, but the urge to zoom is real. Yeah, I do that sometimes too. When I'm working late at night, over here it's what, 1:30 almost 1:30 in the morning. Sometimes I got to work bigger because I can't see what I'm doing. And if we're looking at where did my quarter go? Where did my quarter? Here it is. You know, if I'm working like Robert Valley and I'm working like this, you know, this size of a quarter, man, I gotta really, you know, I like it because you have to keep it to the point. You can't use a lot of detail. I got it, and that's cool, but it's just like, it's just too small sometimes. If I'm just boarding or something, that makes sense, but it's just too small for me, you know. And it's not that I want to see a lot more detail, but yeah, I get you. I got you. You want to zoom in and draw the whole page, you know. Usually, you know, when I'm drawing boards, I'll do that usually 6 ups. You know, so if I'm drawing, you go 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm sliding on it. I'll try to work like that, you know, and do it like a 6-up or something if I'm just bored and just having fun with it. You know, if I'm doing that, and then use your rule of thirds and things like that. So I have that one character. I'll keep it pretty. Sometimes I use my markers too, so if I'm drawing trees or some sort of other stuff on there. Buddha Belly saying I'll have to check out the show. I tried playing the game. Curious how they did the show. I've never played the game. I've enjoyed the show quite a bit. I like the characters. I like the the sets. I like some of these sequences. I think they're pretty cool. And I noticed a lot of over the shoulder and backs, like a lot of the shots. Yeah, I think they do that for coverage too. So if they need to, they'll have remember it costs money to make a film, and if you can, set up a sequence where, let's just say your bird's eye view, and let's look like this is a map of the actual sequence or whatever, and let's just say here's the window to the party, here's some sort of couch, there's people at the party, here's the here is the birthday cake, here's a bunch of kids watching TV, here's a bunch of adults, and we're looking at the bird's eye view, and then we have some sort of pool area. We had the little girl here, and the father figure here. He was on his knees or whatever he was doing, talking to his daughter. And then if you go over here, Here's the city. Okay, so the bomb is going to go off over here. And so if you're thinking about it, it's like if the camera is placed right here, you can sort of see where the camera is shooting. And sometimes it's good to make these layouts. So I might have a camera here. I could move the camera here. I might have a camera here. You know what I mean? So you have three different cameras in those shots, and so when you're creating those shots, like if it's this camera, you're gonna have the little girl there. Maybe the father is right there, you know, so if you're looking at this shot there, or if you're looking at this shot here, like I said, you're looking at the back of the father. And the little girl's there. Or if this shot here, you would be looking through the people in the dining or the party, looking through the glass window, and then get to the people. So I think that's, you know, when you think about it, you only have so many cameras. It takes setup for lighting, it takes setup for lighting, audio, everything like that, and that all costs money. So if you do all your sequences here through the window and have the two actors acting and the extras moving around in this area, and then you can cut to these other two shots back and forth, you'd run the whole sequence 3 times this way, off camera 1, you can run it on camera 2, and you run it on camera 3, either at the same time or different times if you can hide the cameras, and then you would edit in between. So as a story artist and storyboard artist, you need to be thinking of the conservation. We're always looking at all these shots, and you know, it costs money to set these shots up. So you know, you really got to think about that, and how do you go forward with that? How do you save money? How do you get the most, as many shots as you can? Some directors and cinematographers are fantastic at getting coverage and getting as many shots as they can within that. So you as a storyboard artist, you should be thinking about that too, of how can you help save the production. Remember, we're problem solvers, and maybe we're trying to save the production some money in terms of what we're doing. So cool. Okay, let's see what else. I like how they brought the cockroaches in the show too. That's sort of funny. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna have some fun here. do good enough time to do one more quick drawing here. Gotta draw that Lucy. Cool. I hope everybody had a good time tonight. I was just sort of sketching away here, having some fun. But I hope everybody had a good time sketching with this Fallout as inspiration. And if you're watching the show, continue enjoying the show. I know I have been. We went over a lot of different things in these sketches. But again, and we just started drawing. We're looking at maps of how to set up shots. We were looking at a lot of different, thumbnails. Keeping it simple in terms of drawing these sketches. We talked a lot about small. Talked about bigger sketches. In terms of the work you're doing. We have some of the Armor Tech, just simplified shots. Some cool shots. Putting that stuff all together. There's quite a few boards here tonight. Wow. Pulling this stuff all out. Just different shots. The little girl. Just simple storyboards, just sketching everything out. You could always bring it into your other programs to sketch out and do even tighter. So I hope this was fun. I hope you guys had a good time drawing with me. Again, if you enjoyed the live stream, go ahead and subscribe to the live stream or subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification button and you will be notified the next time I update. If I can, I'll sneak in some of those sketching sessions. I saw a lot of people enjoyed those and had a good time with those. And then if you'd like to participate in my Buy Me a Coffee, I'd super appreciate that. Right now it's just open for donations, and if you'd like to make a donation, feel free. If you, like I said, you enjoyed the live stream and learned something new, I'd appreciate the support by buying me a coffee. The link is in the description. Anything to help out. Also to reach out to me via email. I'm putting together a group of folks to start talking about how I can help even further and developing some workshops and some membership programs too. So feel free. At the end, I'll leave you my contact information. Please, if you're interested in helping out, and I'd love to hear your feedback, get in touch with me via email. Super appreciate that. And let me again say goodnight to everyone. Wrong one here. Boop. Turn that off. Don't need that. Already did that. That's that. Again, if you had a great time, appreciate everybody chilling out with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'll leave you with my contact information, and if you'd like to shoot me an email, that would be absolutely fantastic. Here's my contact information now. Cool. Again, everybody have a great night. You can reach me at mr.paul.angeli@gmail.com. That's mr.paul.angeli@gmail.com. You can also catch me over on Instagram and over, of course, here on YouTube. So I look forward to seeing you guys all in the next live stream. Till then, take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.